It's that special spooky season. Halloween is right around the corner on a Monday, of course. No better feeling than going to work hungover, right? And I need a costume. You know, everybody likes to dress up from their favorite movies, TV shows, and fictions. That's why I'm going with an Angels jersey with a postseason patch on the sleeve. Okay, too soon, maybe. Realistically, I do need a costume. I've been told I look slightly resemble Thor. Specifically, in my chubbier days, I always got called Fat Thor. You know, the one who was playing Fortnite in the Avengers. I think it was Endgame. I'm never going to live that shit down. But, we have a new Halloween-themed program coming to the game. We have 6 new bosses, 6 new flashback and legends that we're going to earn for free on Friday in a new other program alongside some other shenanigans. So we have some big reveals and some big predictions to go through. As always, leave a like down below, subscribe if you guys are brand fucking new, and let's get into it. The first reveal, we got Greg Maddux in the Goats and Ghouls program, which is kind of an interesting name. A lot of people inferred that we were going to see a bunch of deceased players, but evidently seeing Greg Maddux here, that was that's not true. Crossing my fingers and knocking on, you know, whatever fake wood IKEA sports out, that he is with us until Friday. But Greg Maddux, finest, is going to be really, really good. I'm looking forward to this one. A master class in control. BB9 should be through the roof, maybe even higher than 125. We'll look at some top cards from these guys in the past there. But Greg Maddux is a great way to start and could be, we'll have another tier list probably after the finest releases beginning in November there. But could be a top 5, maybe, starting pitcher. We will see. Then we also have this one. We've got Joe Nathan, who, looking like the deer in the headlights right there. Him when he pitched in the playoffs, either or, I guess. Fucking Yankees. It's funny, you know, I drew the comparison. The Astros are to the Yankees, but the Yankees are to the Twins. You can't beat them. But we have 2006 finest Joe Nathan, who had a very good season that year. And he's got a great mix. We're going to check out his card from last year. But even his first card, it was, like an 86? It was, you know, one of the cards that you could have used this year. It certainly was all right. I think he had a good mix, though. Just his per-nines weren't anything too great. Yeah, he had a cutter. And last year he had a sinker. So morph them together, sinker-cutter combo, maybe. But we'll see. Joe Nathan and Greg Maddux, the first 2 reveals. We've got 4 more. Card from last year. Greg Maddux suffered from the same thing many people suffer from. Attribute dysfunction. Sadly, there was no little blue pill for Greg Maddux to get him up there. 100 hit 9, 95 K9, and 103 BB9 is pretty measly for how great of a pitcher he is, an all-timer. But I would assume with Retro Finest, which I've said once, I've said it 1,000 times, it's like the most overpowered, the best Instagram filter you could ever imagine. If the Kardashians got their hand on whatever Finest cards do to players, good lord, the internet is over for all intents and purposes. It's going to be like looking at an AI. It's not going to be the same person anymore. But Greg Maddux, I'm very much looking forward to him getting a boost with how ridiculous and how juiced up we've seen these cards get. And then Joe Nathan, like I said, he had a sinker last year. As I was a big baseball card collector at that time, this is a 2005 Topps card. I don't know if that's a 2005 or 2006's prime card, but it's 2006 finest that we're getting. So if you imagine, I don't know, plus 10, plus 10, plus 20, you get close to hundreds across the board, pretty much maxed out hitting K per 9 with a fairly hard sinker, like 95, 96 if you ask nicely enough. Could be a pretty damn good program, starting out with the first 2. So yeah, as it says there's going to be 4 more flashbacks and legends. So again, obviously going to be players who are still with us. And with it having goats in the name does lead me to believe that hopefully that isn't just fluff. I swear if they trot out like a 99 Whit Merrifield or some ridiculous shit in the GOATS program, I'm going to be Pretty happy. That would be a damn good card, truly. But you have to wonder, what if we get a guy like Michael Bartholomew Trout in the mix there? It's hard to imagine exactly where he fits in because, I mean, the Angels had so many candidates for finest card. I can hardly count how many deserving players on two hands they would have to get a finest card there. But maybe Trout is a possibility. Otherwise, you have to wonder, where is his best card going to fit in? So what if, a little trick or treat, more so a treat, we get a nice 99 Trout, get like an MVP variety or something, maybe like a throwback classic finest for Mike Trout could be really cool to see right there. I don't know. There's some other big names that we've yet to see. Something that a lot of people, Twitch streams, have been asking me is, Gomer, when and if are we getting a new collection? Well, we are. Everything is Control V as far as content goes this year. For better or for worse, it's, the exact same thing. The collections come out the same time as they did last year. So one could guess, I exactly have to be Sherlock Holmes to put together. We're getting another big collection and it's going to be mid-November, just like when we got Griffey last year. So I'm guessing like a Mickey Mantle or something like that. We still got some really big ones, but I don't think they would put out like a pitcher. I think it'd be underwhelming to give us a card that we use 1 out of every 4 games. I mean, Christ, are people going to play 4 games in November? That's the big thing. You just got to keep people on and interested in the game right now. So I do think that's coming. There's still certainly some big names to see. In terms of flashbacks, I'd love to see like a classic finest Vladimir Guerrero from last year, for example. He has not gotten a single card, well... no, I'm sorry. He has gotten a card this year. How could I be so foolish? He got this one. He's got another card. Vlad and Blue Jay fans can't bitch. He's certainly gotten the attention with a 76 overall card right there. But maybe he's a possibility. There's a lot of guys that they could go with there. Let me know what cards you guys want to see in the comments down below. 2 pitchers, I'd have to assume. We might not see another pitcher, probably 4 more hitters here. Otherwise, as far as content goes, little, influx news video here. Championship Series content is coming in hot the same day on Friday. It says data content subject to change. I assume that's just if it went later. I can't imagine they're going to put this out randomly tomorrow on a Wednesday or something. But we're getting Harrison Bader, which is going to be huge. Again, they're only going with the losers, which you know what? I'm all for participation trophies. When I was fat, participating in track and field day, that little white ribbon that you receive for finishing second to last was pretty nice. It really stacked up your bulletin board at home there. But Harrison Bader certainly is more than a participation trophy. He hit 400 and a couple of dingers. He's going to be really good. Maxed out defense and speed, very much so. Looking forward to his card. Otherwise, I mean, probably just pitchers for the Yankees, unless they're just gonna, I don't know, maybe Josh Donaldson for striking out 50 times. But then also the Padres, they're gonna get cards too. Hopefully at least 3. We saw 3 for the last divisional round for the Braves. Every other team that lost, so I promise I'm not picking on the Braves, although you bastards did disappoint me. You were my pick to win it all. But Josh Hader, I think, is a pretty good shot that he could get a really good one. It's going to be the same card that we had earlier in the year when he was pretty much maxed out stats. Like the Supercharged right now, it's probably going to look pretty much identical if we do see one of those. But Machado would be really cool. It feels like we haven't gotten a good Machado card all year. Whenever he gets like upgrades, they're never that good. Like, this is underwhelming. I mean, he got 150,000 parallels because he's Manny Machado. He's, popular amongst a few teams. Also pretty unpopular on some certain teams. I'm a Manny fan, but then we also have the finest, again, which is going to be coming in hot on the 4th of November. So next week, we're going to be seeing that on Friday. Best of the best in 2022 in a featured program. They don't confirm here whether or not they're doing more than 30. It's going to be 1 per team as always. It's going to be the team affinity structure. I will say I have a strong inkling that they're going to give out every card this time. I just have a feeling right now. I get a hard on for that thought. But hopefully they also put out a pack in the store like they've done in the past, because as it so often happens, good teams typically have more than one good player. So it'd be nice to see all these guys get rewarded, not just have to settle it down to one. So hopefully we get a pack like last 3 years they've done that. I remember 19, you had like the Ballinger, the Bregman, and the Hader, I think were in the top tier. So that should be really cool. We're gonna have a finest prediction video tomorrow, which I'm very excited for. Make sure to tune in. But that's gonna do it. We're gonna wait on the new content on Friday. Some big ideas here on the channel. Also started up a fourth channel at this point. It's going to be big. I'm really looking forward to it. Leave a like down below. As always, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There comes out E8.